From the Green Room Studios at Bates Nursery in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Gardening Inside Out, a podcast with highlights from our Saturday morning live show, answering all your gardening questions, giving you plant advice for any space in your life. Let's start the show.
Hey, y'all, it's Caroline Gant.
Hey, y'all, it's Austin Lowen. And you hear that empty noise.
That cricket.
That cricket in the background. Tyler is not with us today.
Tyler is still on vacay.
Still on vacation out west.
Living it up.
He really is.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he's doing well. Actually, I think today's Wednesday here, so I think he's actually back today, but he's not at work today.
He's not. Or he might be traveling, but he's been living it up.
He has been.
He has sent us pictures of plants, of corn dogs. It's been great. And we got a postcard from him.
We did get a postcard. That was sweet.
Mm-hmm. That was very sweet and thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into work yesterday? Yeah, yesterday morning, and I saw it sitting on Paula's desk. I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a hot dog first on a postcard, and I said, that's got to be from Tyler.
Yeah, it says, greetings from Seattle. So I guess he was in Seattle.
He was in Seattle, and then he went to California.
It's been all over the map.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very odd to just sit in here without him in here. It's great. It's just me and you today.
It is.
But you're sitting in a weird spot. You're sitting in Tyler's chair.
I'm sitting at Tyler's fancy desk. I'm running the computer right now, and it's very strange.
Well, you're doing great.
I have a lot of power right now. I can mute you.
Don't you
I'm
dare.
not going to mute you. It'll ruin the intro.
Oh, me. So what's going on in your yard, Caroline? You have a project you have to do. You have some guys coming to your house to do some work, and you've got to move something?
I have to move a lot of stuff. I have some guys coming up to dig up a lot of my backyard. Not fun, but I've got some dogwoods that I need to dig up. I think some Fothergilla that I'm going to move just in case, some Alyssium, and some hydrangeas.
Interesting. And how long have those dogwoods been in the ground?
They have been in the ground since 2018 or 2019.
And I know you've talked about them before, and they're not moving all that much for you. They're pretty slow, huh?
They're very slow. They've barely grown. They rarely bloom, or they throw like a handful of blooms in the spring. I mean, they leaf out and they look fine. So I'm wondering if it'll be an easy dig or if they've been spending all their energy below the surface.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering the same thing.
It's going to be terrible.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday a little bit. I think it's going to be a fairly easy dig.
You
I
think
really
so?
do. Yeah, if they haven't pushed much growth up top, which y'all, just so you know, our native around here, Cornus, Florida, that is our dogwoods that are native here. They're notoriously slow.
So slow.
They just really are. They take a while to latch in, and then they just kind of sit for a while. Now, once they start moving and they start getting bigger, they look fantastic. But
they do.
Yours haven't moved very much, so I'm assuming maybe their roots haven't moved either. But I am very interested in this experiment to see how easy they are going to be to move.
I mean, I've wiggled them around, and they're in.
They're not wiggly?
They're not wiggly. They're solidly in the ground. So I guess this means I'm going to move them, and then they're going to spend another 5 years establishing themselves before they start growing.
Yep, you're setting them back another 5. Great. They're just getting latched, and you're like, I'll move you.
I'll move you.
Well,
I'm going to take you to a new... I've been meaning to move them for years. I've actually talked about that on the podcast multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least you know how to move stuff. You've done it 6 million times.
That's true. I'm very good at transplanting things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
shout out
good.
to my friend Ethan, who I guess he's not at TSU anymore, but he was. That's actually where I got these dogwoods from, was from TSU.
Yeah.
From my good friend Ethan.
How small were they going in?
How small when I put them in?
Yeah.
They were probably 4 foot, 4.5.
Yeah.
They're still about the same height. They might be 5 foot now. Maybe my height, 5.5 foot.
Yeah. Well.
They've it's crazy. They just sit. But I think one thing is possibly that I planted them a little too deep, because that's before I really knew how to plant trees the correct way.
Well, you probably,
But would that make them not really grow?
No. I don't think so, no. You'll see issues with plants real quick, especially dogwood specifically, but also just any tree with a woody stem. You'll see if you do bury them too deep and you see, moisture and soil and all that right around that main stem of the plant.
Yeah.
Then you just open yourself up for pathogens, pests, bugs around the bottom base of the plant. So if you haven't seen that yet, you probably planted them fine.
Okay. The only thing I get is powdery mildew.
Yeah, that's a dogwood for you.
In full shade.
Yep, that'll do it too. But anyway, the dogwoods around town are starting to kind of light up their fall color a little bit.
They look stunning. Reds. Deep reds.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of orangey.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going through it. A lot of trees, we talked about this last week a little bit, but a lot of our trees are really shedding a lot of those old leaves. They're starting to throw a little bit in fall color. I've seen some maple trees actually starting to throw some fall color.
Have you now?
Yep.
We saw one on the ride home yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was.
So mainly the sugars, I think, is what I'm seeing, which is kind of that like yellowy orange kind of start and finish. And then the red maples will be next. They're just starting. I mean, we're getting there.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a pretty fall.
Yeah.
It's been dry. I mean, when it's really wet, the leaves just like turn to mush and fall off the trees, it seems like.
It's funny. Every single year I think about this, and it's just like year to year, we can have a horrible drought in the summer, and then you have great fall color. And then sometimes you can have plenty of rainfall and have good or bad fall color. Like, it just seems like every year is a little bit different with fall color.
Yeah.
And we don't let's be quite honest, here in Middle Tennessee around Nashville, we don't just have like a stunning fall. It's not like the Great Smokies or like up in like New Hampshire.
Oh my God. It's so nice up there. I was up in Massachusetts one fall.
Yeah.
And that drive.
Oh, that's where it's at for fall color, if you ask me. Like that and like Vermont, upper New York, like those fall color shows are stunning.
Yeah.
And around here, we just don't get that near as much. We have a lot of plants that just kind of quickly go yellowish and then just drop off.
But we've got the dogwoods.
We do have the dogwoods. They are underutilized for their fall color.
They are, and they're turning. Maybe when I get mine into more sun, the spot I'm going to put them in is full sun.
Nice.
They'll grow.
They'll grow. It's
Or
gonna
they'll
be great.
die.
They won't die, Caroline. Don't quit saying that. They're fine.
They'll fine.
You know, you were talking about something being latched in, and like you could feel like, you know, when you first plant a tree, even after the first year, you go back out to it and you kind of wiggle on it, you know, to kind of see if it's latched or not.
Yeah.
One of those trees that extremely latches, like just latches so tight, like you can't do anything. It's one in my yard. It's one of my favorites.
Are you going to tell me?
Yes, it's the sunburst honey locust.
Oh.
It's golden. It's beautiful. And I tell you what, that has got its stem. You know, there's some plants, and I've noticed, especially trees, that like so their caliper is the width around the trunk of the tree. Okay, this tells us kind of the age of the tree. You know, you always heard count the rings. If you cut it, like you can count the rings to see how old it is or whatever. Okay, well that's your caliper measurement, and that's the how thick the stem is. I will say with the locust, they went in kind of small. I mean, it was a smaller tree when I planted it. The caliper has not changed all that much. Like it really hasn't. It's still a fairly thin stem, even though it's probably a 10-foot tree now. But the stem is, like I said, it's not all that fat or anything. But you grab that thing and you try to wiggle it, like, good luck.
It is latched
It is latched in. Growing and looking great. It's all green right now. That's one thing that annoys me a little bit is that it just, as summer goes on, it just changes. Kind of like tons of things, actually. Like purple leaf red buds come to mind, and dark leaf Japanese maples come to mind as plants that as summer draws on, at least around here, those really red, spring leaves really or purple, really start to green up on you. And this sunburst honey locust is the same way. So golden and even orangey in the spring. And then as summer draws on, it just goes green. So it's just a green old tree right now.
And you're mad at it. That's my Katsura Japanese maple. It looks great in the spring. All these different colors. It's like orange, yellows, and then it starts to turn a little bit green, but now it's just a boring plant green.
Boring plant green.
But I'll tell you what, that one is slow to latch in, as all Japanese maples, I'm sure, are.
Yeah, they can be.
Mine's been in the ground since 2020, 2021, and it's still like, you can wiggle it. I mean, the trunk has gotten big.
Yeah.
Like, it has grown. The tree itself has grown a lot. I started it in a little 1 gallon. So it was tiny, and now it's probably 6-7 foot tall.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's
that's growing.
It's a growing machine.
Nice.
But yeah, like yours, it's just green right now. Not much to look at. And the fall color on that one, I don't think is really that great.
Yeah.
I think it just kind of turns brown.
We'll see. Like I
Yeah, we
said
will.
earlier, you never know.
You think after all these years of observing it in the fall, I would remember.
Yeah. Well,
But I don't.
to be fair, you've got 6 million trees on or all plants in general. So
Yeah,
if
but
you miss
6 million
if you
trees
miss a
for
couple,
sure.
that's okay.
That is okay. Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right. Well, hey, you know what we ought to do?
What?
I think we ought to hear from Tyler.
Are we going to hear from Tyler?
Not in the flesh.
He's not in this room.
He's not in this room, but
Unless
he
he
did
burst through
send
that
us-
door.
That would be great if he did that. Kool-Aid Man style, Tyler bursting into the door, going to tell us about all of his new recipes he found out west.
Oh, I'd be so happy about that.
He's going to burst in with a basket full of fruits we've never seen before. Tell us all about them. No, he's not doing that. Tyler's not coming in today. He won't be here. But we do have a little treat, a little nugget treat for you. Little six pack of nuggets.
A little 6-pack.
Yeah. Of Tyler Nuggets. That's hilarious. But anyway, no, Tyler said he was going to send a voice memo. We did this last week. He did another one. He's in a different place. And y'all, disclaimer, we have not listened to this yet. Caroline and I promise we have not heard it. So we will hear it for the first time with you Why don't we just go ahead and play it, and then we will talk a little bit about it. Hit it, Caroline.
Hey, Austin and Caroline, it's Tyler. I'm here in Mendocino, California.
Oh.
I have trekked several hundred miles since the last time I left my voice memo. I've seen all different kinds of plant life, and I've noticed in this region, there's a marine layer that prevents the higher temperatures from the inner part of the coast to penetrate here. So, for instance, last night, our innkeeper said that it never gets below 35 degrees where we are here in Mendocino. The average hottest temperature is in the 70s. So, right now, we've got these perfect dahlias blooming everywhere. There's still loads of flowers. Everything looks really happy. There are some bushes that have been manicured to look like these rounded shapes. There's cypress trees that are growing here that are really mature. We also saw the redwoods, the ancient redwoods that are thousands of years old, and those are just north of here. And it's really hard to get your mind around that because when you're standing in there, there are so many other redwoods around you that are of a similar size that it kind of makes everything feel around the same size. But I mean, truly, when you walk up to it, though, you're dwarfed. You're like a chipmunk next to the tree in scale. So, and those also tower up to 300 plus feet. So, past some lovely botanical gardens. They're having their plant sales right now. They are loaded with wonderful blooms. I don't know when exactly this season comes to an end. I think it may be at the end of this month when things start to turn rainy. So they'll go from nice and dry, which it has been in places here, to lots of rain and chill. So I'm sure they have to deal with a lot of powdery mildew around here. One cool thing, and I'll send you a photo of this. We were on the side of a bluff down at a beach, and some nasturtium from somebody's garden in the area had wildly established itself and was draping down off the side of the cliff. And also there was, I'm not sure if it was broccoli or cabbage or kale, but it was just growing out of the side of the bluff, and then also all in the hills surrounding the bluff, and it was naturally reseeding itself, so it had kind of established itself. So imagine living in a place where that stuff does so well that it reseeds and just grows all year with no major problems. Well, I hope you're doing well. The next time you hear from me, I'll be back in the studio. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Tyler.
Bye-bye, Tyler.
That was
See you
great.
tomorrow, Tyler.
Uh-huh. Well,
so good to hear from him and get a little update.
it is. You can tell he's got so much in his brain. And
Oh,
he's
my
just
gosh.
has a hard time getting it all out, but he did great.
I mean, he's seen so much.
He has.
Like,
That's a good point.
he's been gone. I think he's been there about a week and a half.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, the weather out there, I didn't really realize it was kind of like that. Like, never getting higher than 75 pretty much and never lower than 35.
That
like,
sounds like perfection.
it does. Like,
I mean, I
wanna
love
be
our
there.
summers and it being hot and swimming, but sometimes it's too hot.
Yeah, it can be too hot. The old Mendocino County line. That's where he's at.
Is it?
I think that was a song.
Have you been there?
Negative. Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe when I was a kid.
Maybe when you're doing your fruit and nut judging.
No, I did
You
not. I
popped
would have
on over
remembered
there.
that. I was in college when I did that. But when I was a child, I did actually go see the Redwood Forest or whatever. Is it Redwood Forest or Redwood National Forest? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I did see that when I was a kid. And I remember even as a kid, I was absolutely in awe of those trees. Like, I think any human animal alike, doesn't even matter. You look at those trees and you are in awe.
I've
of
never
that.
been.
I know.
I have a redwood, a Dawn redwood, one in my yard.
Metasequoia.
It's not as tall as those.
No, it is not.
It's nowhere
It is
near.
not 300 feet tall, Caroline. It's
It's
not.
probably 10.
Uh-huh. It's about 10 bird bass high.
10 bird baths high.
Uh-huh.
Correct. Yeah. Ooh, speaking of bird baths, my original bird bath measurement plant was my Sheffield pink chrysanthemum.
Oh, yeah.
And that is huge, and it's about to be in full bloom.
Nice.
I would say in like a week or so.
Sheffield pink chrysanthemum may be the goat of all chrysanthemums.
It really is. I mean, it's the soft pink, yellow center. It blooms later than most everything else. It's a great fall bloomer. Mine is in part sun, so it only gets direct sunlight for, I don't know, 3-4 hours in the morning.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like bright, hot sun, and it still does fine. And it just becomes a shrub. Like it's filled out so much. It was just like one small little plant when I planted it 3-4 years ago, and now it's just huge. And I can pull up plants from the outside of it and just stick them somewhere else or put them in a pot.
Oh, yeah.
They do great.
Mums root like so easily.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really easy. We should talk about mums for a minute, okay? Because that one is the Sheffield pink, like Caroline's talking about, is the perennial mum around here, and it does. It forms this little shrub almost, and it's a great, excellent plant. But what we think about, and everyone else thinks about when they think about mums, is this time of year, fall, the pumpkins, pumpkin spice, Tyler, all that stuff is what we're thinking about. But how do you think those growers get those mums as tight as they are? Like buds like touching each other. When they're in full bloom, it is nothing but color. You don't see any green at all.
That's
you know how
true.
they do that?
How?
They pinch.
Oh.
Yeah, pinch to grow an
They
inch.
just start pinching.
So
Pinch to
whenever,
grow an inch.
yeah. So a lot of times what growers will do is they'll take like say 3 cuttings. They'll put them all in the same pot in a little triangle pattern, like around like 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch pots, whatever. And they'll stick them in and they'll get them rooted and get them growing. And then once they get them growing up enough, they top each one of them, each little stem. They'll top them. So that really creates a lot of more branching. Okay. So whenever this branching happens, it fills out, it swells out that top of that pot. So what we want, that little mushroom cap right on top of that pot. Okay. And then when the buds start forming, they are all so loaded up with buds because they have so many stems to play with. That's how they achieve that perfect mum that you can buy and just sit right on your front porch and then, let it die after fall.
I mean, that's true. People let them die and then throw them in the trash.
That one's it's similar to like poinsettias. That's like the probably top 2 throwaway plants on the planet.
Throwaway holiday plants. Kind of sad. But yeah, those mums are like a perfect little dome. Unless you drop it and it breaks in the center and it all falls out. So don't drop your mums, y'all.
Don't be careful with your mums. This is something we all need to know. Like when we unload trucks around here and the way we handle plants, we deal with so many. So we know how to handle plants to where even if you grab them by the leaves or grab them by the stem or like whatever, like they're typically fine. We're throwing around plants all over the place around here,
Yeah, we are.
But you don't do that with mums. Like you just said, if you grab it wrong, your finger hits a side of a stem, like it's going to break very easily.
So easily. I mean, watering them here is like very touchy.
Very touchy. And good point on that. Whenever you do water a mum and it is in full bloom, like don't just splash all those blooms with water.
No.
Like get up underneath that pot and just water the soil, okay? And also don't throw away your mums at the end of the season. I'm mad at y'all.
Put them in the ground.
There you go. Put them in the ground.
See what happens.
Just repot them in something else and keep them like throw them, at least just like throw them in your garage or something. And like every once in a while over the winter, water them. They'll probably come back.
Yeah, and you can cut them back.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people that buy mums and they plant them in the ground every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we don't sell that. For us around here, chrysanthemum here in Nashville, like our chrysanthemums aren't just like tried and true, hardy every single year going to come back. But there are a number of them that are. I mean, that are truly perennial.
I've planted some just annual mums that I've gotten over the years, and I would say 20% of them have come back, which is fine. I mean, if somebody gives me a mum as like a teacher's gift or just hands me one, or I decide to buy one at the grocery store, like I'm going to stick it in the ground just to give it a chance.
There you go.
But
Don't
a good
throw 'em away.
alternative that we have talked about on the show, I think I only talked about it during the What's in Bloom section, or What's in Room. So sorry, I tried to steal your spotlight right there.
It's okay.
So you didn't hear about it on the podcast, but I usually grow asters instead of mums. So if you're looking for something that's perennial, that would be a good option.
Yeah.
And it's something that's going to bloom the same time as mums. I got a lot of Henry's pink asters this year that I have both in pots and in the ground that are just starting to bloom. And I'm going to cut those blooms off, deadhead them, and I will get another flush before winter.
Yeah, asters are funny. It's like, especially our native asters around here that just grow in the woods, or outside of the wood line, whatever. It's like, you don't even notice they exist. They just look like a rangy old weed out there with the rest
Until
of the,
they start
with the rest.
blooming.
And then they start blooming here this time of year. And then you're like, oh, that's an aster. Forgot about you.
It is crazy because everything else has bloomed. Like even goldenrod, that's still blooming, but it's about bloomed out. But it was already up like, a month ago, like to its kind of height that it was going to be before it started blooming. But yeah, asters, they just start coming up all of a sudden in the late summer and they look like a weed. And then when nothing else is really blooming, it's like full show. And it kind of looks like baby's breath.
Yeah.
When they're blooming because they're such small little dainty white blooms.
Yeah, they are cute.
Mm-hmm.
They're only cute when they bloom, though.
You're mad at them right now.
I'm mad a little, yeah. The rest of the year, they're just, ugh.
They come up like I've got a fire pit with some flat river rocks around it, and they'll come up between the crevices, and I leave them.
Yeah.
They get really tall. They're like up to my shoulder almost.
Yeah, they can get that big. They're rangy old things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what I got word of?
What'd you get word
today?
of? What?
We're getting our first shipment of pumpkins tomorrow.
Are you so excited?
I'm very excited.
And I bet Tyler rolls in with a pumpkin spice latte.
You know he will.
Right when those pumpkins arrive.
He's going to be refreshed from the West Coast.
Oh, my God. Our little fall boy is back.
The little fall boy.
Little fall boy come home.
And he'll bring in your basket of fruits and veggies. I'll judge him.
I wonder if he's going to bring anything.
Probably
Maybe.
not.
Oh, probably not. But yeah, I'm excited about pumpkins. That's always a very exciting thing when I would say it's one of the more exciting moments here at Bates Nursery is when pumpkins get here because you know what that means?
We get to toss them around and roll them to each other and have fun with them?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm thinking.
What?
Time for the Halloween train.
Oh, gosh.
We should probably get the Halloween train out today.
Just so y'all know what Caroline's talking about is we've got this train.
I love it.
It's a 3-piece wooden structure that's heavy and annoying to move around.
It's the Bates Monster Train.
We've had it since, 1981, probably?
I don't know.
That was before I was born. I don't know. We've had it a long time. It's old, but it's like a Bates family tradition to grab that thing and bring it up front every year. It's got little faces cut out of Frankenstein.
It has Frankenstein, Dracula, and then a ghost coming out of a pumpkin. And you can come here and you can put your face with some of your friends or family members, or you could do it by yourself or your pet. Bring your dog. Have somebody hold your dog up. One of us will gladly do it. And take a picture being pulled by the Bates engine.
There you go.
And it's got bones for wheels.
Yeah, it's
spooky.
It's something.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's bulky and heavy, and
he always gets annoyed when I'm like, Austin, you know what it's time for? And he's like, what, Caroline? And then I'm like, the Bates train. And the way you look at me, and then sometimes you go, oh. You know what? We're going to go get it out as soon as we're done recording this.
Fine. You know what I might do this year? I might back the truck up to it and throw it in the bed of the truck.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
That's
We
a good
usually
idea.
put it on carts, and it's kind of cumbersome to bring up.
Cumbersome. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Great word.
Thank you. I'm really smart sometimes with words. Well, I say we go ahead and get to it. We got to get to your truck. I'll meet you back there. So while we go get the Bates train, let's go ahead and let our listeners take a little peek at this week's broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
So we did not have Tyler in on the show, but we did have Rachel Chapman sitting in Tyler's spot, who also, it was her birthday.
Oh,
yesterday.
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Rachel.
Happy birthday, Rach. Hope you're having a great day off.
Yes, I hope you're having a fantastic day. So it was me, Austin, Rachel, with Josh Carey and David Bates.
Y'all enjoy.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good to be here. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Can
it
you
good?
hear you?
I don't know. I think one of my cans is broke.
Well,
Oh, no,
one
not
of
the
the
cans.
cans.
No, no.
Throwing out the radio
cans
talk.
is
Yeah.
Listen to him.
I think my right can is not working.
Okay.
It's okay.
You'll be okay.
can
You
go
can
with
still
it.
hear something.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
still hear something.
It might just make you louder.
you
Who's
do
behind
not-
the control panel this morning?
Yeah, well, we've
Rachel Cam.
Yay!
Rachel!
Rachel
Rachel made it.
Cam.
2 weeks in a row. We've got
Mm-hmm.
Rachel here, and we're really happy to have her here. Tyler has got the day off.
Tyler does have the day
Yeah,
off.
and that's kind of what life is all about. We all
I
can't.
bet he brings us something.
No, he doesn't.
No, he won't.
Tyler won't. I told him to bring me a corn dog, and he said no.
No.
So
Okay.
Hmm.
he did go to the place where corn dogs originated from.
Yeah.
And I got a
Wilson
picture
County
from
Fair?
there. Wilson County Fair. That's where
Yeah.
he's been spending his vacation. Yes.
Okay.
So, a lot going on in the gardening world. Obviously, trucks have been rolling in here at Bates Nursery. Austin, I suspect you've had a lot of firsthand experience at that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I was speaking with others before the show, and they also had indicated there had been no shortage of plant material rolling in. So if people are looking for things, really good chance that we've got a lot of selections to choose from. And as a quick look around before I got here about 5:30 this morning, so I needed to take an opportunity to kind of,
Walk around.
walk around, and everything is as expected, which is not unexpected. So,
yeah, as fall goes, this is like the biggest week so far of the start of the fall. We've got multiple trucks of shrubs, trees, perennials, all of it. But the biggest being trees. We got a lot of trees yesterday, and it is tree planting season, people. All right. The trees we got in are really fresh. They look good.
They do look
Fresh
excellent.
trees.
Real pretty green. We got some really cool varieties out there. Got a ton of fruit trees in. If you're into growing some fruit this fall, it's about time to be thinking about that. Got a lot of cool varieties of that in. And really just in general, we've got a lot. Hey, we have a lot of right now? Red buds.
Really?
Oh, wow.
You know what? Red bud. There's like 20 different cultivars of red buds now. Probably even more than that. But
I
that's just
remember
what
there was
we
only
carry.
one.
I know.
Yeah.
The regular old Eastern red bud. But now there's like 20 different varieties of it. And we are crazy stocked.
Got the
All
yellow
right.
one?
The yellow, yes, the Golden Falls. We got a weeping golden one. I got one for my mom a couple years ago. That's a beautiful plant. We got purple varieties, regular green leaf varieties, whatever you want in red bud. If you're thinking about growing a red bud, good old native tree,
Any Gardening Inside Out viewer should be growing a red bud.
you should.
Yes.
So what we got next, guys?
I did want to talk about shipments that we've got. We talked about trees, but back in the perennial, both shade and sun perennials is like it has exploded with color. And we have gotten some really cool natives in that we haven't received in a very long time. So if you're really into natives, which I know a lot of you are, including
like
myself.
Renee Bates.
Like Renee Bates, exactly. That we have gotten so many cool things in that a lot of the staff are like, I've never seen this before. I didn't know this would come across on our availability. Like it is packed right now. There are so many cool plants, and now is a
Example?
great time to plant.
Got an example? One that you don't
Maybe, perhaps.
see? Okay.
That might be coming later.
In front of us, in front of Austin's
okay.
face a little bit. Well, that one maybe not necessarily, but yeah, Bridget is in heaven back there. Celeste is so excited about some of the stuff we've gotten in. I will just mention skullcap is one of the things that has come in. We got a lot of it in. This is something that we hadn't gotten in this year, and I think we only got a little bit in last year. And it has been flying off the shelves. I feel like I've seen it on one of everybody's carts who've come in. Now, that's an exaggeration, but I'm buying 2 of them today.
I was asking Adam, I was going to try to help out with irrigation now that I'm back. And he says, I don't know about perennials because we've got so many things in flower right now. Bridget's not wanting to overhead them. So I go, well,
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking. I don't want to assume. So
Today's a good day to come out for trees, perennials, houseplants. We also got a ton of houseplants in
Ooh.
and annuals. The pansies are full, y'all.
Yeah, in every department, we have color.
we are devoid
all of
of nothing. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what you're
That is
hearing.
what you're hearing.
Okay.
And Halloween decorations. We just
Stop.
got some really cute Halloween decorations in. So, I mean, what more could you want?
Yeah.
Plants and Halloween.
It's time to go.
It is time to go. And time for questions.
Is it?
Yes, it
Let's
is.
do it.
Let's do it. So we're going to start with an email that we got from Christy, who is in Nashville.
Hey,
Christy
Christy.
says, questions for the experts. I recently bought a new home with the yard that is completely surrounded by a hedgerow that has been neglected. As I am trying to improve the health of the hedgerow, I've discovered most of the foundational shrubs that make up the hedge are privets. But winter creeper is at the base and climbing up most of the hedge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
My understanding is that it's very difficult to completely eradicate winter creeper, and simply cutting it can cause new roots to sprout. What advice do you have for eradicating or at least controlling the winter creeper without killing the rest of my hedge?
She's got invasives invading her invasives.
She does. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, winter creeper is a hard one to deal with, not going to lie. And you are right. I mean, you just straight cut that to the dirt, you're going to see it come right back and almost come back more so, okay?
And
So-
privet is no piece of cake either.
No, privet is
No.
not. It sounds
Oh,
like
I
you
have
want to
it
keep your
everywhere.
privet. I mean, the hedge of privet is like, it's like one of those things. It's like, I know it's an invasive, but also at the same time, it provides something. It provides you
does.
greenery, honestly, mostly through the
And
winter.
if you catch it before the blooms and you do your trim before the blooms,
Yeah, you can.
I finally come to the conclusion that that's how I have to deal with it in my yard.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
think that's where everyone does. And if you see people, they don't just trim it because it grows fast,
No.
which it does, but you also keep the blooms at bay, which therefore prevents the amount of fruit production, which keeps it from getting spread by seed, so much. So
Birds.
but privet's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I've
You
been
drive
fighting.
around West Nashville in particular, it's everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere, and it like I said, it does provide a buffer zone kind of for you
Yeah.
in between your neighbors or whatever. So like it is a kind of a good green screen, honestly. I mean, what's the football stadium? Georgia between the hedges, and that's privet. You know that hedge around their football field?
I thought it was Otto Luke and Laurel's.
That's so typical.
I looked that up a long time ago. Yeah,
to have privet on their football field.
It's super tight.
I looked at that. Well, maybe it is.
They have no privet on the field in Neyland.
No, that's right. But anyway, when it comes to the winter
today,
creeper,
right, Austin?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And they are playing in
Neyland.
today.
Yes.
Well,
oh yeah,
Okay.
nice.
Means we got a chance.
There's always a chance.
But then get back to the winter creeper, y'all.
Yes.
That's a really hard plant. It's euonymus technically, and it does climb up things. So as much as you can dig up, certainly dig up. If you have to use the use of herbicides, we can help you out with that. Let's be careful with it, like always. But herbicides sometimes are the way to go with really, really hard ones like that.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck.
We're rooting for you.
Dig out as much as you can.
Yeah.
And then be prepared to follow up with herbicide spot spraying where needed.
Mm-hmm.
We have a live question in from Lana or Lana.
Hey, Lana.
I need you experts to write a series of gardening books. I guess it's less a question and more just something they want. Please, I cannot take notes fast enough while watching and listening. I do have Austin's motto down pat. Throw it in the woods.
There you go.
That would make a great title for his volume.
There are so many good gardening books out there.
There really are.
Really
I mean, ours would be real fun though.
Yes, it would.
And informative.
I've got one that's a matter of assembly. I've got more than 800 newsletters that I have written over the years, but I haven't gotten it done yet.
Nah, no reason to worry.
But you can.
The thing that
if you wanted to.
The thing that strikes me about a lot of the gardening books, though, is that they are, in a lot of cases, very, very generic. They want to sell it in Oregon. They want to sell it in Maine. They want to sell it in Arizona. And you have to be real careful because you see
kind of hard to do all those things.
Yeah, you could growing right here in Middle Tennessee, but they get a lot of really good ideas, if nothing else, because you can see the way that some of these most beautiful gardens are actually grown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, good advice on that, like you said, Josh, is finding those gardening books that are targeted towards like the Southeast.
Yep.
And there are those. What's that?
Southern Living does some series, but again, even at that, they talk about sometimes the heat zones, and for whatever reason, it seems like they always have Louisiana, Mississippi, and South Florida in them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's great. It's good. Just go out there.
Knowledge from an observational standpoint, looking at plants that we use locally and that are used widely around the world. For instance, Magnolia grandiflora in Italy would be described as a slow-growing, easily trainable tree to a tree form, and it's not that here at all. It's fast-growing. It's going to make a multi-stem tree. It's so they grow very different because we have that thing called swelter that they don't have there, and consequently, it produces much more growth here than it would in a Mediterranean climate. It will live there and will grow there.
Olives.
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 We don't do olives here that much. We do sell some.
We do sell some. They're a trendy house plant. But back around, David, to what you were just saying, Bridget and I actually had a conversation about that yesterday because we do get guests in that, that they'll ask us questions. That's what we're here for. And we have knowledge for our specific area. And some of us, like Bridget, she's got knowledge for other places like Nebraska. But we try to talk about things specific to Middle Tennessee where we're growing stuff. So sometimes what it says on the tag is going to be different than how it's going to grow here. Mm-hmm. So it's always nice to find one of us and talk to us.
I was about to say, that's what we're here for.
Exactly.
We observe.
Yeah.
I spoke to a guest yesterday who's from Texas, and she was walking around with me, and she didn't know, a lot about this area and what was going to grow here and live here. And she was reading the tag. She was like, well, this says it only gets 10 foot. I said, yeah,
right.
No, not around here. That is not, it's already 8 foot. You think it's just going to stop at 10?
Yeah.
And that's why you talk to us, because we look at our local flora constantly. I mean, constantly, that's what we do. So we can kind of help you with that.
Exactly. And a lot of the stuff is grown in completely different areas than here. Like we get stuff from Oregon, we get stuff from Ohio, all over the place.
And we're so specific. We're so, what's the word here? In Middle Tennessee, we get to see the overlap from the northern climates down and the southern climates up. We're like right there in the middle to where we can grow some really, really cold loving plants, but we can also grow some really, really hot loving plants. Like we're We're kind of in a cool zone.
We're in a sweet
like
spot
kind of the
over here.
coolest. Not gonna lie.
We are the coolest.
We are in the heart of the transition zone, as it were.
Where
And
all the weather comes to change its mind.
Gardening Inside Out is brought to you by Earth Mix Garden Products, creating regionally sourced high-quality soil blends and amendments for the sustainable-minded gardener. Fall and winter are great times to plant in the Southeast, and Earth Mix can help you with Landscape Soil Conditioner. Mix Landscape with your native soil to feed all winter long. Added mycorrhizal fungi help your plants get established faster and increase hardiness through the year ahead. Visit earthmix.net for more information and retailers near you. Remember, success begins at the ground level when you use Earth Mix Garden Products.
back-
All right, Rachel,
back
push
to-
the other button. What's the other one?
What's
There it is.
in bloom? With Austin.
Nice, Rachel.
Rachel, you're nailing it.
Killing it. All right, y'all. What's in bloom? There's not a ton in bloom, okay? But we're going to get there, okay? We're going to talk about something else here in a minute, but here we go. Let's talk about some of those annuals that are still going and looking nice, okay? Your impatiens. The herbal essence, I'm sure yours are beautiful. They're just beautiful. Geranium, still looking good. Begonia's still going. Lantana, marigolds, and vinca. All of these are looking great right now. But you know what?
What?
We know what else is in bloom? Pansies. And
Pansies.
it's time to get those pansies in. Let's think about getting those annuals out. We talk about it every time. It's time. It's that transition stage into fall. We need to get them growing. We've got them. They're in bloom here at the store. They need to be blooming in your yard, okay? Crepe myrtles are still going. It's been a long season for crepe myrtle. This is night temps, I think, are just keeping those blooms still going. They look really fantastic right now. Rose of Sharon's still going. Also, some hibiscus, your perennial hibiscus. Those are still throwing a few blooms. We brought a few of those into the studio today for that dark color that we needed to tie all this together. Caroline will tell you all about it soon. Hey, passion flower. I laid next to one a couple weeks ago. I spooned it, actually.
Yes.
There's a picture online of that.
That's just such a bad mental image.
It's okay, David. You can see a real image. Just get online, man, and look it up. You can see
All new
it. The passion
definition
flower.
of
It was great.
Maypop.
The bees were stinging me the whole time I was on it. Y'all didn't
Yeah,
even know.
you were
I just
going,
kept my cool. But they were actually stinging me all over. Canna lilies still throwing some. David, I saw some over next to our property over here. Those are still going. Those false sunflowers around the interstate, y'all. What is that? Is that? I think it's helianthus is my guess.
I think it's helianthus.
Like a false sunflower.
It's got to be.
Those things are blooming.
And then there's some
money right now.
coreopsis blooming as
Coreopsis
well.
is still blooming. I got that on the list. Very next, Caroline. That was on the list next.
Well, I was just saying that's another one that you're seeing
It
on the
is.
side
You're
of
right.
the road.
Along the interstates, along the roadsides, the ditches, whatever. All those natives still going off. Hey, the ironweed. I saw like 8 bees on an ironweed yesterday as I was in the back for a minute. Those are still looking great. And
They're
what a pure
moving
purple.
on the way down, though.
They're on their way out.
Yeah.
Yep, a lot of things are. It's okay, but they're still going, and the bees are still humming
Yep.
all over them. Hey, I looked at my garden last night. I got tomatoes still coming on, and some tomatoes still blooming. There's probably Caroline's probably 525 tomatoes on them
You
plants.
counted them all this morning.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
last night I did.
Oh,
last night I
last
didn't do it
night.
this
Sorry.
morning. But yeah, the tomatoes are still throwing a few blooms.
525.
That's right. That's the exact number.
What
Oh,
a great
right.
number.
Yep.
That
There's
is
a
a good
million.
one.
now
Now it's a million.
Okay, let's move on to the fall stuff. Okay, we got mums. Those are in bloom right now. You probably have some at your house in bloom right now. All around town, you're going to start seeing mums, okay? Your asters. I know that, Caroline, you love asters. We have some.
Oh, do I?
Bridget loves asters.
We
We've got
featured
some.
Lady in Black last week.
We did,
And
you're
I
right.
planted it
Mm-hmm.
a couple days ago.
Yep, that old weedy looking thing. Yep, those are in bloom right now. And the anemone. What about that fall windflower, people call it sometimes? Anemone is just starting to bloom, and it's going to be blooming for a while. What a great little plant. I love it. And then, hey, what are we seeing like a lot around town right now? First off, some leaf drop, but also leaf change. The leaf fall foliage color is starting to happen just a little bit. Dogwoods are really starting to do it. Some of your sweet gums are starting to change a little bit. Really, there is a lot of change going on with our fall foliage on our trees around town. Y'all go out and look. It's a nice crisp morning this morning. Be a great morning for a walk and a look around of all the trees. That's great. And then, hey, speaking of fall color, I wanted to give a shout out. To my 2 favorites, okay? I did a speech this week here at the Garden Center, and I did it for the Davidson County Garden Club. This is just one of them in Davidson County. And there was about 15 members that decided to show up, and I was going to talk about kind of the fall, what we need to be doing, what we need to be thinking about, some plants we don't really know about for fall color, whatever. I did that. So like I said, about 15 of them came in. Thank you for doing that. But then out the back door, we had Pam Eldridge and Donna Brooks, 2 of my favorite humans. They came in and they were like, hey, can we sit in on the meeting? They're not even a part of the Davidson County Garden Club at all. They were just like those.
They joined it for the day.
They were those little teenagers that snuck in the back door of the movie theater to get in. That's what they did. Yeah, you know all about it, Caroline.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I
do. And they ended up showing up. They sat in the back and they listened to my speech. And that's seriously just so nice that y'all showed up and did that for me. Like really, that was just cool. It was great to have y'all as like a little safety net in the back to kind of look at. Y'all were just there. Y'all are my people, my homies. It's great to see y'all. Thank y'all for doing that. Pam, Donna, y'all are amazing. Thank you.
You know,
and that's it.
And Austin's used to working with no audience. I mean, at least nobody we can see. We know that you are out there wherever you are, but be able to have actual bodies in front of you.
Oh, it's a totally different thing. I was telling Caroline that too. I was like, Leah, I've done a few speeches. You and I have actually done a speech in front of the Cheatham County Master Gardeners once on succulents. And that was kind of one of the first times we had done that together.
That was a wild time.
It was. And it was, it was in Cheatham County. It was my hometown. I had people I knew, but still, I was nervous. Speaking in front of humans is a totally different thing than speaking in front of camera or on the Instagram like we do each week. Like,
you did great,
it's different. Well, thank you.
I did have to walk by. I told Austin I'd give him like a 30-minute time to be like, you're 30 minutes in, because he can talk for 3 hours about everything. And I said, I'm just going to do this when I walk by. So I walked by.
She made me break. Y'all, this was hilarious. She told me at the 30-minute mark, she's going to walk by and she's going to give me a little double hand gesture, and that means the 30 minutes. Caroline decides to walk by and do like a jazz hands thing.
I just did. It was so you would
and
see
it made me break. I laughed in the middle of my speech.
He didn't miss it.
Exactly.
Oh, I couldn't miss that.
If I was just walking like this, you might not have seen it. But if I'm walking like this,
once he gets in the zone, you have to bring him down just a little bit.
She did. She straight up did. I had to get my thoughts back together. I'm like, Jazz Hands Caroline just walks by. There's the 30-minute mark. But anyway, no, it was great. It was fun. I appreciate that. We love doing that. Usually Adam Chapman does our garden groups here, and he's great to listen to. 25 years of experience out here. Yeah. He does a great job. But it was Wednesday, and he's not working on a Wednesday. We know how that is, y'all. We work 6 days a week this year.
6 times a week.
6 days a week.
That's part of what the team effort here at Bates is all about. It's not all any one person. We've got a lot of expertise to share and spread around, and you just never know what you're going to get and who you might get. So we're grateful for your efforts in that, and Adams as always, and what everybody brings. I mean, if it's just a one-on-one talking to a guest coming in, that is what we tried to do here. Hopefully better than anyone else.
Yep. And that goes back to what we were talking about with the books earlier. Make a relationship with your favorite garden center employee and associates, because you get those relationships. You're going to get the knowledge of what, hey, we know that we sell a lot of these. Folks come back and say, this is great in my yard. It's probably going to be okay in yours too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's. I mean, the amount of regulars we have out here now that just like to come out and chat about whatever. I mean, I've gotten to know so many people.
The irregulars you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
That's
right. But you get to know them. You get to know their families and their pets, and I mean, all of it, not just gardening, but it is. It's just fun to have to see those people. And Pam and Donna, y'all are just great humans, and it was really nice.
Fantastic
really nice.
people. Hey, Donna says, thank you, Austin. You're the best of the best. Love listening and watching in person.
Oh,
he is an intimated individual.
Yes.
And Pam says, Austin, you are awesome.
Thanks, Pam. Thanks, Donna. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Y'all are fantastic.
Great.
I
got to hear that little section when I walked past, and you were doing a great job till I threw you off. But let's get to some more questions. We have live ones coming in. We've got one from Kim that says, good morning.
Hey, Kim.
Can I cut back my overgrown quince bush now, or do I need to wait until after blooming in the spring?
What a great question, Kim. And yes, you probably want to wait on this one. I mean, if it is crazy out of bounds and like you need to get it done, then you need to get it done. And you're just going to have to sacrifice some of those blooms for next spring. Okay. Sometimes we have to just do that.
And that is the penalty.
It is the penalty. David's so right. I mean, they're already setting bud for that next season spring. Now, if you cut it, say, in half, you still have enough sticks and stems there to probably still see a bloom. It just may not be as full and tight as you want it to be.
It will not be.
No, that's right. So if you really want that full show, let's not cut anything yet. Let's let it bloom beautifully in the spring like quince does, and then let's just whack it back.
As far as you want.
Whack it on back.
As far as you want, pretty much.
It doesn't matter then, and then it'll come back out nice.
It's going to be beautiful, Yep. And then you'll get, like David said, when you cut it back, you're going to get this explosion of growth. And then all that new growth that you have with all those extra stems is going to give you the most lovely bloom you've ever seen the next spring.
Yeah.
Okay?
And it's a general rule with anything that flowers. the best time to prune it is right after the flowering ends.
Mm-hmm.
It's a general rule. Doesn't apply across the board to everything, but if you want a general rule to go by, that's a really good one.
Yep. Definitely.
That is a great one. All right, we've got a little comment from Jay Moore on YouTube, but I believe your name was Lori when you came in, although correct me if I'm wrong.
I think Lori was her friend.
Was her friend?
Yeah.
Was it Jan?
It was two of them that came in.
Jan
Yeah.
and Lori?
They were both very nice people.
Oh my God, so nice to meet you. Came all the way down from Kentucky, but what she says is good morning from Kentucky. Huge shout out to Austin and Caroline for their top-notch skill in loading trees and shrubs. Left last week with my 4Runner filled to capacity with beautiful plants. Not a twig was broken. That 4Runner was,
Full.
packed. And I will say, Austin packed most of it. I was just there to help get the trees in the front and hand stuff to him.
Great
Yeah,
vehicle.
the one thing
That's
that
such a good truck, man.
the one thing that Austin, the skill Austin and I have both acquired, when you unload a lot of trucks, you catch little tricks on how to reload them and where you can get them in there without injury to plants. So frequently people have no idea how much they can actually get in there, and we're able to do it whether the plants are laying down and stacked on the other containers, and it can be done rather masterfully in ways that you don't believe it can happen.
Yep.
But
Yeah, that was a really fun load, actually.
There were two huge trees that wrapped into the dashboard around the passenger.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I definitely had to get my spatial awareness game going on that. I had to have all the carts. That's where Caroline came in. She helped me push all the carts
Rolling
to
carts,
the
yes.
vehicle so I could see everything I had to get in there, okay?
you have to put the passengers in the car first. So that
We backed him in.
No, actually, we didn't. But she barely made it in there. I mean, but we got every single one of her. I did not want her to have to come back from Kentucky to pick up plants. Okay, I said no. We're getting all these home with you today.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. And what's funny about it is the way I started packing it is like we had, like Caroline said, we had 3 or 4 trees that had to get in there. One being like a 12-foot, not 12-foot, probably 8-foot river birch.
Oh, boy.
And that had to get in there too. But the funny thing is I started the whole pack job with the smallest of the plants, not the biggest. Okay, you have to utilize that space first, and then get the big stuff in there.
can't get them in there if you get all the big stuff in the way.
That's right. It's in the way. You got to get the small stuff in there first.
Right.
And you have to believe.
You have to believe.
And you believe.
Oh, I had plenty of belief.
Watching you formulating how you're going to do it in your brain before you get started.
I can't talk to anybody. I'm in the zone.
You do have to visualize it.
I do.
It does. He got it all packed, and then we stood back, and I said, I think you could fit one more thing in there. And I saw Austin look at me like, Caroline,
that look.
are you kidding me? And then they were like, there was a laurel, and he fit that laurel in. But the look I got from Austin.
I'm like, really, Caroline? You're going to sell them another thing?
I did,
After I
yeah.
just packed this
Well,
whole
they
thing?
wanted it too. They were like, we did really want this, so now we can fit it in there.
It was great. We fit that in there too.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Good.
All right, so Mary Poole on YouTube is
Mary.
asking a question about 4 o'clocks, which
Oh.
I'm so sorry, and I feel you on this one. I have sweet 4 o'clocks that I planted about 10 years ago. I didn't realize how they spread. I have dug up roots, and the next year they come back. Any special tips? I did the same thing. I got seeds from a friend of mine, and I just threw them by my house.
Oh, boy.
I will never be rid of them because I don't use anything to treat it. I have tried digging them up, but the problem is they come back from the roots, they also reseed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could keep digging
Prolifically.
and make sure you cut them back or pull them up before they bloom because they seed immediately, it seems like.
They really do. I mean, once again, we're not trying to be the advocate of herbicides. We're not trying for that. But
With
sometimes
that one.
with that one, like that one's impossible. I know Nana. Hey, shout out Nana. Hope you're doing good. She got 4 o'clocks all in her yard. She
love
loves
them.
She just lets them be. But that's Nana just letting them be. She got colors I ain't never seen before in 4 o'clocks because they hybridize and reseed, like Caroline just said. But they come back from the ground like crazy. Like any little root that's left in there, like that is a serious annual. You got to be careful with that one. So yeah, to completely eradicate, we might have to go a different route.
It is pretty when you see a patch of them. I feel like often when I was growing up, people would have them like right by their driveway, between
they
their driveway
always
and their
were.
house. Yeah, and they would do great. And I
Oh, they
guess that
do
would
great.
keep it contained.
You're
But then I
mowing
was
the
just like,
lawn.
I'm going to just put these in a spot in my yard. I didn't know.
Oh,
I had no idea. And that's why we study our plants before we put them in the ground, everybody.
mm-hmm.
Really?
Generally a good idea.
Josh is like, nah, I just throw it in.
I just throw it in.
Yep.
And Emily Boyd on YouTube
Emily.
says, the Bates team is great, always very helpful, and have good answers to all my questions. Thank you for all the help to improve my garden. I think I've seen Emily in here 2 or 3 times this week.
Well, we had a sale going on.
At
Yeah,
least
buddy.
twice.
Surprise, surprise. Emily came out. Emily had to get them hostas. She got her anemone.
And I think she got her pansies. Could be
Pansies?
wrong, but I believe Emily got her pansies.
Uh-huh.
And my most frequently used line from the last week is this: you know what? I have this incredible staff of individuals. If you really want to get a good answer, you need to talk to one of them because they deal with it all the time. You know, I'm kind of gotten sidetracked in other things, so they're not sidetracked by some of the stuff I am, and that's what they do all day long. So it is true.
Yeah. And it's
we're
great
all
to see
passionate.
Emily. Yeah. Emily's so nice. And your hosta collection you've got, I mean, if you got some pictures you can
amazing.
send in to us, go ahead and send it again, Emily, because I want to see it again. Your hosta collection is money. Money.
We do want to see that.
Yep.
All right, let's get to some more questions. Colorful, smallish evergreens. Do they exist?
Well,
Oh, sure.
they exist. Yes, it depends on what color we kind of want. You know what? The first one that comes to mind, Fire Chief Arborvitae. Okay.
Oh, that's a good
What about a colorful little evergreen? Evergreen.
evergreen.
An evergreen, okay? It's got this like reddish orange color. It goes a little ugly over the winter. Not gonna lie to y'all. Arborvitae goes a little brownish, tannish, bronzy over the wintertime. Yes.
That's the official term. It's not brown, it's bronze.
It's bronzy, yes. And it does do that over the deadest of the winter. Okay, so do know that. But look up Fire Chief Arborvitae if you really like some color. That, like I said, that reddish, yellowy, orange color. What a great little plant for that. It stays tidy, stays really small. You don't have to do much to it. That's a good little plant. Hey, what about Blue Star Juniper?
Exactly.
There you go.
That's
There it
what
is.
I was thinking.
Yeah, they got great color right now. I mean, really all the time. They go literally almost this purplish color over the wintertime, which is really
that's
cool.
a color change, which is really interesting.
It is. But yeah, there's other small, colorful evergreens. Come out and shop with
different
us.
shades of green too, folks. They
Definitely.
go from some to the yellow into. I picked up one last week. It was really, really dark, a black European Caspian pine or something.
Oh,
like
I remember that one. That was
Even back in the day when, and I don't know if we even have any Andorra junipers, but that was always it's a Juniperus horizontalis. It means it's a lower growing.
Sure it is.
But it gets it gets
Juniperus,
wide.
Okay.
Horizontalis, which we didn't say verticalis.
Yeah,
Horizontalis.
Okay.
Anyway, great red color in the winter, and that's another one of those conifers that changes color seasonally and particularly wonderfully on that one plant. So things that are derived from that strain of plant may likely have the similar attributes.
Yeah, and there's a number of them.
Additional support for Gardening Inside Out is brought to you by Bates Nursery and Garden Center, a third-generation nursery located in Nashville, Tennessee, and 20-time recipient for Nashville's Best Garden Center, offering the widest selection of new arrivals for fall, like specimen conifers, Japanese maples, and pansies in nearly every color. Open year-round, minutes from the heart of Nashville in beautiful Whites Creek, Tennessee. Browse their selection online anytime at batesnursery.com. Bates Nursery and Garden Center, beautifying Nashville since 1932.
And let's get to some more questions. Do y'all have anything good for a cut flower garden? I'd say yes. We have
Silly person.
all different
Come
types.
on.
I mean,
Yeah.
sun, shade, shrubs that you can cut. We've got everything.
We really do.
Yeah,
You
come on
gotta
out,
come out.
and it'll be like you'll be like a kid in a candy shop, just
Yeah.
looking
Well,
at all the things.
Now we've dug it up recently, but we had a Catinus, a smoke tree, a purple leaf smoke tree, and Renee would use that to cut and stick in floral arrangements in the house. Always did a nice little addition. So you don't have to have nor should you really try to have all flowers. Foliage really does add a lot. And I think that's the Caroline's point about having heuchera in today is that you need to have that foliage to give you better presentation when
That's
you're.
right.
No, I agree.
I will also say with the heuchera, the blooms make a great cut flower. Adding to a floral arrangement, they last for a long time. They add texture when you go up high. So there's There's that, Austin.
Hey, I get it.
I started one this year in one of my raised beds. Be careful about how big these things get because you'll have multiple plants trying to take over the same small space.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they'll
And
all grow into
they all
each other.
lost to the tomato plant, so it's okay.
Yeah,
We'll see next
They have
year.
an unfair advantage.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a question about Austin's front beds. Did you send a picture in?
Oh,
I sent some pictures
man.
to Rachel last night.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's available or
Well,
not.
if
I have.
Oh, there's the before. Y'all, look how bad it got.
Oh,
I
my
couldn't believe that when you sent me
God.
that picture.
Nobody could
I
believe
would-
it. I couldn't
no
believe
way,
it in
God.
myself.
You'll
That you
never
were rocking
recover
past
from
that.
that.
Oh, this summer was so hard on it, y'all. It was so bad. I let it go. Look at those weeds. They are as bad as ever. Caroline posted
And
a
then
couple
what
videos I
happened?
did on this bed telling you how bad it was. But this is the before. And then watch your boy get to work and then see what happens. Bang.
Boom.
That's
Hey,
insane.
That's how you do it.
And then he was sore for like 5 days here.
Hush,
And
Caroline.
he was
Don't
like,
tell them
oh
that.
my God, my legs.
Yeah, I was sore. That was a lot of work. Golly. But look how clean it got. Look at the alliums looking great. There you
we
go,
go.
John.
I'm passionate, huh?
Uh-huh. But it's so nice to get that back clean. It feels so good to weed whenever you let it get
really
so
does.
bad. There it is.
That is
Before
that is
and after.
stunning.
That is
Yeah.
what you call a stark difference.
It really is.
And so our question is, what type of gravel stone does Austin use in his front garden?
That's Wall
Well,
Street
I
rock.
didn't use it. That wasn't a personal preference. When I bought this home, it was filled with just pea gravel.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the mulch. Now, I will say, when I first got to the house, I was like, I don't know how I feel about the pea gravel, whatever. But I will say, I really like it. The one good thing about pea gravel or rock in any instance is that it never leaves. It doesn't break down. It always stays there. So obviously, I've never had to reapply a mulch. A lot of times when you use, say,
It is
hardwood
rather
mulch,
permanent.
it is. It's very permanent. So I never, when I was a kid, my dad used to make us spread that black mulch, like at least once or twice a year. Every single year we were doing that. And I hated it. And I'm like, well, now I got this rock. I don't have to reapply this at all. It's just there. So
Now, what you get when you use a mulch on there, it's an organic product, so it will break down. People
Yeah.
interpret that as going away. It
No.
doesn't go away. It
No.
goes into the soil. So
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
really building up your soil. However, another approach, Austin uses it at his house, and perhaps I'll get some photographs together from our newly renovated landscape
Yes.
situation where we've used a lot of rock in it. So it makes for a lower maintenance situation
Yep.
and more permanent.
it does. But as y'all can see with the first picture, rock does not keep out weeds.
No.
They grow
No.
just as good as they would in mulch, okay? And it is not fun to weed out on top of rocks. It's hard on the knees,
Way
hard
to
on
go,
the knuckles.
Austin.
But
You
Greg
did a great job.
We did great.
Hey, y'all, we finally heard from Joyce. Joyce
Joyce.
late to the party, but good
Joyce, where
morning.
you been,
Joyce
man?
says the leaf texture of the heuchera makes the flowers look better.
There you go.
Thanks, Joyce.
Thanks,
team
Joyce.
Team
And on
Caroline.
that note,
Okay,
we're
cool.
out of here.
Cool. Thanks, Joyce.
Alrighty, folks. Yeah, the music means it. Wow, it's only been an hour.
That went by fast.
Very quick.
Next Saturday morning, we're going to come back and do it again.
We
right?
will,
We'll be
indeed.
here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center from the
Absolutely.
Green Room Studios here. Hey, folks, on all the socials, like, subscribe,
Share.
Yeah, do the whole thing.
Some scare.
Scare it if you want to. It's getting almost about Halloween.
Almost.
6 weeks.
It's Halloween.
Caroline's excited.
See you next Saturday morning right here from the Green Room for our Gardening Inside Out.
Thank you for tuning into the Gardening Inside Out podcast. If you're looking for more information or more from your hosts, don't forget that we have a live Saturday morning broadcast, 8 a.m. Central Time on YouTube and Facebook. You can also follow us on our Instagram channel. That's @Gardening Inside Out for more posts, reels, and in-depth dives to topics and things we've discussed on the show. If our content resonates with you, consider giving us a follow, like, and subscription on all of our social media pages. See you next time.